Hey everybody, welcome to the weekend vid. It's coming out a little late tonight, my apologies. But to start off, we're just gonna talk about some stuff continuing. So we've seen kind of the blue chips slash staples sector be pretty active to the upside, and that's what we've been focusing on for the past month or so. We'll see MDLZ gonna have the 3 months to the upside, still closer to continuing, with the week 2-2 still good, still closer to continuing. We had two ways in on there. You see the 2-2 day here and the 2-2-2 day here as well. So we're gonna see if that can keep gunning. AT&T has still been going since one of our inside week signals in the Discord group. Continuation to the upside. The month still 3-2 in expansion. It also tells you Verizon. It's also still going. It'll be closer to continuing on the week and closer to continuing on the month. So we'll see if these buyers come back. And then in the staples, Hershey's already an outside month, but has been going with Coca-Cola, which has this nice 1-3-2 expansion still going. See it a pretty nice day on Friday. And Pepsi, which joined the party a little late, but still trying to set up this inside month for next month. So we got some focus there. Also Kraft Heinz. You're gonna see Kraft Heinz after the gap down buys, gunning as well. Also outside month to the upside, Pivot Machine Gun setting up for next month. If we go to MO in the staples, also going as well. You're going to see also 2 down, 2 up on the month. And if you go back and look at our weekend vid, or not weekend vid, but monthly vid, we talked about XLP setting up the 2-2 month here to reclaim this scenario 3 back through the range, and that's still going as well. So this is what a simultaneous break looks like. When you trade this, these are going to be where you get the big gains. So we want to keep aware of that, or keep an eye on that, and not let that stuff go without us. We want to continue to stick around. That being said, we're going to take a look at some signals, see what the indexes look like going into the new week. So given a pretty big rotation to the staples, what we're going to see is they're kind of selling off the indexes. We would say it's rotation still into staples, but it's more defensive market posturing. They're scared about something. So we'll draw the broad information out on SPY. It's going to be closer to the 2-2 week to the downside, closer to setting up a 3-2-2 month. Now, given we have leading in the staples, it doesn't mean the market's crashing, although people will say that. So although this is really big in red, we don't have evidence it's crashing until we have nothing going up. Then we have a bigger problem. So if the staples start going down and we don't see any leadership from any sectors, then we know we have a bigger problem. It looks like they'll be gapping up, so we may be opening an inside day, but we would say they closed closer to a 2-2 week down to negate the month back into a scenario 3. If you go to Qs, we would say it. You're going to see this on the 3. It's a big old 3 here and here, and they reclaim those guys, takes out the other side of the range. And you can see timing it with the signals back in here on the day, closer to the 2-2 week PMG of these guys, also firming up slightly in the overnight session. The Dow, inside week down. We talked about this inside week, the previous weekend vid, and if it wasn't posted, this was something we talked about with the premium guys as far as of interest during the trading week. But you're going to see how that works inside week. Then the 3-2 expansion day causes that waterfall. Still an inside month, so no scenario 2 on the monthly DAT. And then IDBM, you're going to see had the inside week there as well, which broke inside and down. So, oops. Also going to have relative weakness there because they went inside down, not 2 up and red. These are going to be weaker. Closer to outside month and likely going to be opening inside day as well Monday. So closer to reversing down. Big ol' red days yet last week. Now, let's take a look at our inside weeks and our 2-2 reversal setups and see what we've got. The last thing I wanted to say before we got into that is not only did we see the staples going, but we also see UTs or utilities a little bit stronger. So when you have defensive posturing, those are the 2 sectors they go into. We see Duck. Well, it'll be on the 2-2 list, but Duck, SO, been going. AEP 3-2 month and up going, then a WEC 2-2 month and up going. So some of those staples names, but we'll talk more about that. Our utilities names, but we'll talk more about that shortly. So we will see Netflix inside week, closer to the inside week and down, which would confirm some of the weakness in tech. We will see Cisco inside week, a little bit closer to week and down, but nowhere near negating the month. So it could turn into the Rev Strat. But you have inside week below 6388. We'd want to start looking at that. And 6625 is the other side of that range. Go to Adobe. In the technologies, it is 322 month up, but we'll have the inside week closer to inside week down back through here in the technology. We will see app and AMAT also inside week. So APP, pretty big leader, and you're going to see with the earnings, this is one of our favorite trades, the inside bar that gets reclaimed, the rev strap, boom, comes back in. Now on app, it's going to be a little bit closer to coming back in through these guys. And here's your broadening formation. You have the inside week down below these guys, maybe cause an outside month in app. And we will see AMAT, which is more in the chips sector. 131 on the week, closer to 2 month and down. So this would be one where maybe it triggers a month down. We're getting towards the end of the month, so we prefer not to trigger signals at the end of the month, but set signals up. Along with app not looking the best, we'll see Airbnb. So this is where a lot of people get killed right in the middle here. Then once this really sets up for a big move, traders are too scared to get in there. So we'll want to watch Airbnb below this, 145.55. Still green on the month, but long red and green bars. So we like to know about that. Airbnb. We will also then see in the chips with AMAT, Marvell. Inside week, again, closer to triggering the month down, which we prefer not to do towards the end of the month. But this tells me I should take a look at the semi sector, AMD. This is a beauty in AMD. So we talked about some good lottos in here off the triangle, 332, bang, and then sets up the 122 week. So this is one I want to know about because it's confirming the yearly signal. So this yearly or weekly rev strat gives control back to the yearly rev strat participation groups. So I want to know about that for sure. And that tells you, Marvell, AMAT, we'll see if those guys kick in with those or with AMD. I want to see if there's any other semis up there. Doesn't look like we have anything on the inside weeks there. If we go to EVGO, no weekly signals. You can see inside year. ARM, already inside week and down. If we go to SMCI, would be closer to the 2-2 week back down, still inside year. It's 3 on the month, so it's a broad information. So inside day SMCI, good if you're watching the high volatility names, right? Things have been picking up there. We'll see if they come back next week and start playing around with it too. But I'm not seeing any other inside weeks there. Another thing that I'm picking up on here is we see Lockheed Martin inside week. Now, while the market puked, these guys didn't. They go inside week. So Lockheed Martin's closer to firming up, and we, again, at the end of the month, prefer setting up signals. So this would set up a 2-2 month going into, it'd be next quarter, or actually the beginning, or is it the end of this quarter? Yeah, the end of this quarter. So above that would be a little stronger than the rest of the market. Also tells us NOC, which you're going to see also has this triangle down in here, the hammer weak at the bottom of the triangle. So we can go Lockheed Martin, put a star next to that one as well. 2 down, 2 up. We can put NOC, throw a star next to that, and just see some relative strength there. If we go to General Dynamics, GD, also inside, but not really close to coming back at all. If we go to RTX, also inside, but not really close to coming back at all. So maybe not, but we see a little bit of relative strength there. We will then also see some of the financials inside week. Let's see here. So SPGI. You see inside week at the top of the triangle. If we were to blow this up a little more, you'd see it like this. So closer to the inside and down to set up a 3-2-2 month in the financials next month. We did have some XLF strength, to start the month, but You see they come back in, so these guys aren't having the best time either with a big old outside bar to the face. So we'll see what goes on there. But outside of that, there's SCHW. We're going to see the 3-1 week at the top of the weekly broadening formation as well. So we'll have those guys. Let's see, TD. A little bit stronger in there. I'm curious what Goldman Sachs and those guys look like. Yeah, big old 3 Goldman Sachs. JP Morgan, big old scenario 3. Citigroup, big old scenario 3 on the week. Bank of America went through into reversal, so a little bit worse off there. Wells Fargo, big scenario 3 on the week. So what I would say is a lot of outside bars or scenario 3. We can throw a lot of those XLF, JPM, Citi, or Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, those types of guys on there. And also can tell you maybe like XYZ, which is your Square. They've been getting wrecked. Comes back through previous range. You can see on the year, closer to the 222 down. Go to PayPal. See the big old outside week down there as well. If you go to the month, it's already taken out all the nearby pivots. So as I go through the rest, there's not really anything that's like screaming out at me that is of interest. As far as like main focus type stuff, want to take a look at the tech, the higher volatility names, Netflix, Airbnb, App, those type of guys, and then AMD for sure. I'm going to want to know about. And then we'll, see what they want to do next week. Are they going to go after more staples with PG and UL? Which you're going to see PG closer to the 322 back up with a rep strat month. UL closer to the 322 back up, already an outside month. And then we'll see if they go after the Utes or continue to do that. Duck closer to 22 back up, 22 up month already. And then there is HIMS in here with some volatility closer to the 22 weaker back down pivot machine gun. So could turn into a big puker. We'll see anytime we're below this 49.03. But that's really about it. We got some outside weeks in the financials, so we'll see Monday if we start getting out of those or if we, poke down and come back in. But that's all I've got for you guys this weekend, so we'll see what they got for us. But the last thing I wanted to say is if you are in the premium section of the Discord, we are going to have early enrollment into our scanner coming very soon. Hopefully next week we'll get that sent out to you guys. Specifically, those in premium will get first access to the new Strat Scanner, which is like version 2, and it's completely rewritten and redone. We're looking for active people who are going to be able to give us good feedback and help us improve the platform before we go wider and start sharing it to those on YouTube and Twitter and other channels. But hopefully that makes sense. If you are very interested in the scanner, if you're in premium, you're going to be tagged and invited to it. If you are not, you're going to have to wait. Hopefully early next month, we will get it out to the wider public. But thank you guys for being patient about that. And that's all I've got for you guys tonight. So have a good rest of your night. I'll see you guys next week if you're in premium. If you're not, I'll see you guys on the weekend vids.